So a little project. There was some second cut hay that we did at the south of the section. It was a little bit on the tough side when I baled it. Like it was in the mid to, well, it was in the mid to high 20s anyway. So I backed off the density on the baler. I made them, but I left them away down on high ground in the bottom field to sweat out. That way, just in case of the site heating and went on fire, it wasn't going to do any damage here in the bale yard. So I left them down here. But as everyone knows, thanks to the bountiful snow, the road blew in. So yeah, this is the summer road down to the bottom of the section. So spent about a good half a day pushing all of this over down till I could get far enough to the gate. Well, as you can no doubt see up ahead of me here, I didn't get to the gate because the gate is over the hill. I got to here, and as you can see from the tractor and how high that snow is, yeah, there was no way I was getting to that gate to get these bales. So I cut sideways and cut the fence. It's not that big a job to reattach the fence, and it saved me a lot of diesel and a lot of hassle trying to plow out that stuff. So yeah, these are the, what did I figure? There was 25 bales down here from the second cut. So they're very rich, a lot of alfalfa in them, so I'm keeping these for once the cows calve. So yeah, now I've got the lovely job of digging them out. So I've got 3 away already. I might get 1 or 2 more. And I think after this I'm gonna have to go get my 3-point grater blade and plow all this away, because yeah, I'm never gonna reach those. No way, Jose. Just grab this one and that'll be our done. So yeah, you can see the snow everywhere. Yeah, lots and lots of the white stuff. Okay, so I don't know what videos have come before this or what's coming out. I have basically no idea what's happening day to day. It's Groundhog Day. Oh look, there's snow out there. And oh look, it's blowing like an absolute bugger and it's drifting everywhere. Oh look, there's piles of snow and it's white, but the sun is shining, so everything's gonna be all right. Anyway, so yeah, I've got to cut a whole bunch of 50 and 52 inch sheets. So these ones here are basically split perfectly. There's a bunch of other short sheets that will get cut up to finish off the shelter. I'll probably install a picture. So yeah, the last section there where there was bigger sheets needed, it's getting kind of colorful. Hopefully I haven't signaled some alien invasion from some far off galaxy. But hey, if it does, maybe it'll sort out all of the craziness going on in the world right now. You never know. So we're at this time again. I don't remember how long ago that last time was. But normally 2 to 3 times a winter. Normally the cows aren't in as long as this on our winter. They're normally out in the cornfield grazing, so they don't come in as much. We give them a pen to lay down in, but they don't come in as much, so we don't use it as often. But because we've had everybody locked in since November, we've been bedding the whole time. So yeah, we're cleaning it out probably twice as often as we normally would have. So we only deal with net wrap right now. So that's what it looks like when it gets up there. Now, as you can see, the hammers are still working and there's lots of hammers sticking out. But this is as far up as I want to let it get going. Net wrap is not as good to get out with the normal drag blade that would normally go through these. I don't know how it is in the other bale processors, but this one, it really is just quicker just to climb in here with a pack of alpha blades and just have at her. And I showed in the last video how I do that, where I cut and then I hang the hammers up and push all that. Anyway, so here's the update. Like I said, I haven't touched that one. As you can see, she's pretty well packed with twine, which pushes this roller up against that wall pretty hard. That one, I fixed that guard back on because it was more hassle to take it off. And I have not touched this. This is right hand up to my Nana. So as you can see, these scrapers are wearing because they are making contact around this side. But there's nothing in there. Every so often I'll see a piece of net wrap catch up on these guys and go around a few times. But I have not dug it out, so it seems to just work its way back out as this whole thing is spinning. These spin, they're not like fast spin, but they're feeding speed. I don't even know what RPM they're supposed to be, but... So yeah, there you go. Win-win, chicken dinner so far. So yeah, lovely job. I won't bore you with this, but we'll just do one of these. We'll do. Here's some, what do you call that? Not merchandising. Shameless plugs. We'll call it that. Shameless plug. Okay. Abracadabra. As if by magic. Yeah. Just absolute magic. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you wouldn't want to have too much in the way of allergies, I'll tell ya. You want to test for COVID, lung capacity. Have a go at this. So, this one was actually only two alpha blades, but yeah, she was a wee bit overdue, guys. She was a wee bit overdue. I swear to gosh, though, it grows when you pull it out. You cut it, it kind of expands. As soon as you pull it out of here, it like triples in size. It's like a whole other life form. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So, just to clarify something here, y'all there, out there in YouTube land. So, bedding. I put the bales in, lock, stock and barrel for bedding. Feeding, I unwrap the bales. All the hay bales, I put them in the bale rings and then I just walk around the bale and unwrap them. Because if you cut the net wrap, some of these bales, they just explode, bleh. So I actually find just walking around them is far easier, it's less messy. Some of the cows and some of the calves are a little impatient and they tend to walk with you around it. And they'll never let you get the last ring of net wrap off because I put about 2 3/4 wraps on. They never fully let you get the last wrap off and they start pulling the net wrap off with mouthfuls of food. So the last one you're usually kind of having to book her. Oh, let's see, I kind of cut myself there. Anyway, so yeah, this is only for bedding. Yeah, there is, you see net wrap, especially when it gets to like, that's why I need to get it cleaned out. Because once this starts to grow and gets wrapped up like this, it starts throwing out more big pieces of net wrap into the bedding, and that's where you can be at risk from choking hazards. But if you keep it cleaned out as often as possible, as we all should, it tends to like shred the net wrap into tiny pieces. And the great thing about net wrap is it doesn't last long, like a year or two, and the UV breaks down real quick. As I'm finding, because I have 3-year-old straw bales down in the bale yard, and as soon as you touch them, they just start trying to come apart. So yeah, versus twine, because you'll find twine out in fields for years and years and years and years and years. So yeah, don't look at that. OSHA approved. Yeah, see, that's what's inside. People don't realize that's what's inside a constant velocity PTO. And the reason why it's like this is I grease the ever-loving poop out of this. Literally. Because, as you can see this spider has a ball. This spider has a ball. And so, you have a grease point on both universals. And where is he? Oh, there he is right there. And then you have a grease nipple on here which fills up the donut, which pushes it out through there's a floating thingy, doohickey in there, because you see this whole thing moves. Anyway, you don't want to have to pay for one of these. The last time I priced it one for a baler, it was close to $2,000. So this will be in and around about there. It's not as heavy duty as a baler, but it'll be up there. It'll be up and around about that $1,800 to $2,000 for one of these. Actually, my last John Deere baler before this one, what I ended up doing was I cut all this out. I cut the balls. I cut the balls off of these brackets there, and then I just reduced it to one universal. So this went onto there. All you had to remember was you couldn't bale in a tight corner, which over here, these big fields, you seldom ever do. So there's your quick, brief explanation, which makes no sense, of how I look at a universal joint that's a CV, constant velocity. So yeah, that's why it looks like something that would kill you. And yes, it would. Please don't kill me. So, done for another, well, this will be hard till the end of season, because it's now the 10th or 9th of March. So yeah, we won't, the next time this gets cleaned out will be the end of this season for when it's getting washed and put away, so. Good enough! Giggity. So, what's it in here for now? What happened? What went wrong? Well, can't really blame the tractor for this one. Yeah, the step that I repaired. What happened? Well, so as of tomorrow, and I'm not sure if you will be watching this on the day that we're doing this, tomorrow, which is Thursday. So Thursday, we are going to be hauling all of our steer calves from last year. They're going to our buyer. We sell privately, so they're going straight to an agent. And apparently they will be on a truck to Nebraska by the weekend. So I was setting up the pen so that they got their special bales. We keep certain roadside bales because they really like them. And then that sets them up in the alley so they're just ready to run right into the crush and go in the truck. So I was grabbing the panels and I had to drive over the bottom of one of the old hay bales that I'd picked the bale ring off of. Never even thought anything of it, that it would just be old hay at the bottom. Well, maybe, well, it seems like it turns out the bottom of the bale was a solid frozen lump. So as I drove over it with the front wheels to go and grab the corral panel that I needed to shut the cabs in, it tilted up into the steps and did this. So, so I either got to unbolt it and cut that, or I got to try and winch it forward and then take it off and weld it. Yeah, always something. Well, I'll see if I can pull it forward enough and then we can weld it, but I'm still gonna have to take it off, so I'll bring you back if I get it straightened. Well, those bolts I don't think had come out in a long time. So the problem we have is, yeah, she tore on the one side, she's bent the gusset on the other side, and she's wrinkled the steel on this side, which means it's crushed. So we're gonna put some heat to her, guys. We'll throw some heat and hopefully we can bend and stretch it into submission. If not, we're gonna have to do a whole bunch of cutting and a whole lot of welding. I was hoping to just be doing welding, but we'll see. Well, we'll call it 95%. So, considering everything's on an angle, like angle this way, and there's an angle not true to the cab, the step plane to the plate plane is pretty well where it's supposed to be. But what did happen was, in the hammering and beating process, like you can see here is good. You can see here we got a little banana going on. Yeah, I was wailing on it pretty hard. But what I'm gonna do is, because I'm pretty sure, which way is it? Whichever way it is, I'm just going to put a washer, I think it's this one. I'm just going to put a washer in behind it to bring it up to being plain. So the brake was 2 of the 4 sides and then a little bit around the corner. So I tacked and I put about 2 runs of tacks, and then I run a good solid weave across the whole lot. I did a slow pass weave on the first one to really bond everything together, and then I did a second weave pass a little bit quicker, just to create a nice big wide grip. I'm letting it cool down. I'm not going to flash cool it because I've heard that encourages the cracks next to the welds. For a step, I don't think it really matters all that much, but I think it'll do. Considering, I've showed you guys this before, right? Considering this is my welder, that's my miller. Yeah, That's old. I think it's, what did they say these are from? The 70s? It's either the late 70s or early 80s. Those welders are from. I did try and use that for doing my car project that's still over in the other garage, but I found out through, because I'm teaching myself to weld, doing a lot of this. I've never had lessons. The wire that's on this is like heavy gauge, and I soon found out you can't weld car bodies with heavy MIG wire. Doesn't matter what kind of MIG it is, you can't. So that's why I bought a second MIG that's light gauge, just for doing that stuff, whereas that big guy will be doing for this sort of stuff. So hopefully I can get this back on here, and we'll wrap this video up. I'll call that a win. Wow, I actually didn't even see that. That's pretty well parallel. Wow. It looked like somebody had bent this already, because all the paint was burnt off of that, and that gusset was not factory, so I'm pretty sure this had happened before. Like I showed in an earlier video, I made this whole bottom part, but like I said, I'm pretty sure that this has happened before, because well, there's something missing there, bud. Yeah, you probably chooched it. So yeah, we'll call that a win. I'm hoping I don't need it, but I had to get this ready just in case something goes wrong in the pan loading these steers. Any of the panels get knocked down or something, because I need this to move those big panels. So we'll call her a good one. Might bring you back tomorrow when we're hauling the steers. If not, we'll see you in the next one.